Hello, my lovely people. Good to see everybody here on this very special day, which I'll talk about in a minute. But here we are. The Should I Buy series, which I'll talk about in a minute, is back. We're going to talk about Pyth. It is a new oracle that was just listed 3 days ago. And there's a lot to learn about this chain. And this is a series where I go deep, deeper than any other channel or analyst in crypto on the planet, to tell you if something is worth it or not. And again, enjoy. It's going to be a fun one. And disclaimer, now this is financial advice. My goals are not your goals. And I'll tell you at the end exactly what I did, if I did anything at all. And don't forget, you will never find any analysis like this anywhere on the internet. And we are living in a very strange era with a very opportunistic time. So subscribe to the channel if you want to get smarter. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the United States. Have a great holiday. Have a great meal. Don't eat too much tonight or any other thing. So as you know, with my Should I Buy framework, I have a 10-point process. Everything I do is highly structured. And that helps in life, being organized and structured and planning and everything else. So I talk about what it does, ranking, industry disruption, value props, technology, developers, tokenomics, ecosystem, growth and longevity, risks, and price prediction. And then a conclusion at the very end as well, tying it all together. Big thank you as well, Red Hat. I'm wondering if anybody's around today. Well, not that many, but it is a holiday. And of course, people can't say to their families, hey, I got to duck out. I got to watch a crypto video on YouTube. Anyway, some people will, though. Pyth Background. Let's go real quick, so you can get back to your families and meals and everything else. Founded April 7th, 2021. DevNet released May 15th, 2021. Mainnet released August 26, 2021, and white paper released January 18th, 2022. I know people say, oh, why is the white paper released way after they launched mainnet? Well, that's a good thing, because that means they can study and refine exactly what the whole business is supposed to do. And things have changed, not only in all things DeFi, but also in the Oracle world as well. So what does it do? First of all, it's a tamper-proof, decentralized, self-sustaining Oracle network that provides continuous real-world data on the blockchain, which is critical for DeFi, critical for exchanges, critical for RWA, critical for tokenization of the world, you name it. And it incentivizes market participants to share their own price data directly on the blockchain. And it aggregates first-party price data and makes it available to both on-chain and off-chain. And it aims to provide a reliable, trustworthy source of information for DeFi. But there's a couple of things that we'll get into later as well as to the importance of precision and speed, which some of the older oracles do not do. Now, let's explain real quick exactly how the Pyth, and I know people would be making jokes with this, the Pyth network, I should call it the Python network. Anyway, there are 3 different types of stakeholders that will interact within the network. You have your publishers who publish price feeds and earn a share of data fees in exchange. And they are typically market participants with access to extremely timely and accurate price information. Also, the protocol rewards publishers in the proportion to the quantity of new pricing information that they share. And consumers read price feeds, incorporate data into smart contracts or dApps, and optionally pay data fees as well. Now, consumers can either be on-chain protocols or off-chain protocols as well. Then the delegators, they stake tokens on a specific product and publisher, etc., etc. And that's pretty much how it works. Not that complex, not that different, but there's a few things that are different later. This is one of them as well, how it plays. Now, it's hard to see, but on the left of this chart, you have all of the integrations of Pyth with layer 1 blockchains. All right, there's a lot of them, there's 40 of them. And then on the right, you have all the Chainlink integrations with layer 1 blockchains. Now, the key here is Pyth price feeds continuously update every 300 milliseconds, and Solana prices update every 400 milliseconds. This is the key, everybody, that many people don't understand, that you've got to be faster than the chain with price feeds to support things like exchanges, etc. Now, the average blockchain speed of a dApp refreshes every 10 to 15 seconds. And that's no good. That's no good in this real world. There was a discussion yesterday about finality and the importance of that and how instant finality is not 3.4 seconds, but I'm not going to go there. But what is important is speed, 300 milliseconds. Remember that number. Target industries as well. These are typically, global exchanges, trading firms, market makers, tokenization type firms, real world asset types firms, institutions, all decentralized and centralized market participants, as well as layer 1 blockchains all across the board, some layer 2s as well. They are kind of the targets of this oracle, which is between pretty much everything, connecting the offline world with the blockchain world, or the TradFi world, real world, whatever you want to call it, with the cryptocurrency world. Now, value props as well. I kind of summarize these at a high level. First of all, real-time updates. They have extremely low latency and high frequency updates. That is their secret sauce. This is value propositions. The little diamond in the corner represents the secret sauce. And this ensures that decentralized applications have access to the most recent data, and this is critical. Also, they have the most broadest asset coverage and multi-chain availability of any oracle, another value prop. They can scale to thousands of price feeds across 40 blockchains, providing comprehensive asset coverage and seamless cross-chain data access. High resolution, high fidelity, transparent data as well. Very, very important. You don't want any opacity in your data that you're getting from an oracle. It's also tamper resistant and decentralized. Also very important. And it's self-sustaining and adaptable. The market's changing very fast and speed is very quick. Hello, Bill, out there in Switzerland. Good to see you. So there are some of the kind of 6 value props that I found. Let's look at the tokenomics as well. The tokenomics is really quite special. They have most of the tokens available for ecosystem growth and publisher rewards. Very little what I call pocket lining in there. They also have a very fair locked unlock mechanism as well. Another view of that here, just to give you some perspective. Thank you so much, CERN. You can see here that this is most impressive compared to other chains that focus on giving rewards to VCs and insiders, etc. You can see very little goes to the team and private sales. Most goes to growth and publisher rewards, and this is the unlock schedule out years into the future. All right, the one thing that's going to come up as well, people say, oh, but fully diluted market cap is this. Yes, but it'll take 8 years to get there, okay? And the unlock schedule is quite reasonable. Remember, you can overcome inflation if there's growth, but when all of the inflation goes towards things like you see here, publisher rewards and ecosystem growth, it's not a bad thing at all. Anyway, let's move on. Let's compare this to Chainlink as a comparison. You can see the public token sale was big. The company gets a big chunk as well, and the nodes only get 35%. This is in contrast to how Pyth is organized. And again, I know the Link army will be upset with me, but these are just facts, okay? If you don't like data, there's the door. Developers. Now, the exact number of Pyth developers is not publicly available. However, the project has a huge community of contributors, including both core developers and active participants in the network's government and ecosystem. And I analyzed GitHub, and their repository indicates over 150 contributors, suggesting a significant level of engagement and development activity. So I don't have the exact numbers to report, but it's big, and it has to be big for the amount of integrations that they've done, which I'll show you in a minute. Uptime stats as well. Both oracles are exceptional at this, like Chainlink and Pyth, but Pyth is just more transparent with charts and dashboards. And at the time of this video, today, this is November 23rd, 2023, there's nothing I could not pull from this chain as well. This is just for illustration purposes, but again, everything is transparent, which I like. No hiding the ball, no fudge numbers. Everything is open, so they get points for that too. Let's look at Pyth quality comparison. And people sometimes just assume, oh, an oracle is an oracle. But no. Pyth is very transparent. And this shows you why price feeds are important. And they have to ensure consistency. This is an exchange comparison from Binance and the price of Bitcoin and the actual Pyth data. And they are bang on together. And that's so important. To know exactly where you are, you need that instant finality, and you need real-time data that's super precise as well. Next in the box, the Pyth ecosystem. Mind-blowing, considering how new it is. I mean, we're going back to 2021 here, and they have a lot of derivatives and data services, and they work with centralized exchanges and prediction markets and CDPs. That is some type of data platform for marketing data, borrowing, lending, structured products, yield aggregators, trading platforms, liquid staking platforms, infrastructures, options platforms, fund manager platforms, NFT marketplaces, yield strategies, ETF, collateral, payments, stablecoins, AMMs, DEXs, synthetics, blockchains, you name it. I've even heard, don't quote me on this, but I've even worked with things like Spotify too. Anywho, enough of that. System's big. Let's see how the Link ecosystem compares. Again, Link have a lot of stuff too, but they've been around for 7 years or more, if I recall. So that is just what I'm trying to do here is compare and contrast. You can't look at any asset in isolation. You have to compare it to existing assets that have existing valuations, and that'll be brought into account when we come to the price prediction at the very end as well. Let's look at Pyth chain activity as well. 90 plus data providers, 85 billion in traded volume, 380 plus price feeds, 40 plus connected blockchains, 230 integration partners, 1 million Pyth client downloads, etc., etc. And the momentum is only just beginning. Crypto AI, appreciate you. But this is big. Let's again compare with Chainlink. Chainlink's been around for a long time. They have, since inception, or cumulative total, 6.9 trillion transactions, 5.8 plus billion data points. But again, they've been around for 7 years. So you can pause that there and check it out yourself and see how they compare. But remember, one is a lot younger than the other. And there's disadvantages of being younger. You've got less Lindy effect, but there's also advantages, better technology, more speed, etc. Let's look at Pyth versus Link. This is probably the single most important slide I will show today to compare and contrast. Again, less than 3 years around, but it's got 380 price feeds versus Link that only has 4. All right? Big difference there. Also, Link is integrated with 15 blockchains. Pyth is available now on over 40 blockchains. Can you imagine what's going to happen in this next bull run? The amount of data calls and the amount of revenue this thing is going to generate is going to be absolutely bombastic. Let's look at track record as well. You can see 25% of dApps on the internet in blockchain already use Pyth, and that's only about to explode, especially when you consider this, how many they're already integrated with out of the box. It's going to be big. That has me kind of bullish. Let's look at Pyth transaction counts as well to show growth. You can see up and to the right, very, very steady growth. And it's early days yet for this chain. Also early for DeFi. If you look at the amount of transaction volume of how it's grown just over the past month or so, month or 6 weeks, it's huge. This bull market is going to be amazing. Another zooming into Pyth transaction growth as well. You can see here the Solana transaction count on Pyth is 22.3 million. Remember, Pyth is built on Solana, but it integrates with over 40 blockchains. So it's not a Solana-only oracle. It works with everything. And the Pyth transaction count per day is just shy of 6 million transactions. That's big for a new oracle. Very big. Let's look at Pyth wallet interactions. 2.42 million daily wallet interactions. Again, big. So when you are doing a swap or a trade, or if you're going to Jupiter, you're swapping your Solana for Pyth or whatever else, any other token, Ethereum, and then you have to check prices. This is what's working behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about some risks. We always have to look at risks. First of all, complexity and technical challenges. I'll tackle them together. Despite its advantages and its speed, the technical complexity of Pyth network may pose a barrier to entry for some users who want to get onto the chain, because you have to have a deep level of technical expertise to wrap your head around this platform. Second, dependence and participant integrity. Like any oracle, the network relies heavily on the honesty and effectiveness of its participants. The accuracy and reliability of the data depend on the quality of information provided by the publishers, which could be a point of vulnerability. And finally, emerging technology risk. Being a relatively new and evolving technology, Pyth faces risks associated with adoption and integrating with the existing systems. But however, it's already done nearly 4 times the amount of integration that Chainlink has done. But just to point the risk, the network must be continuously changing and adapting to market dynamics and technological advancements. Remember, the big part of the story here is what I've been talking about for a long time, is you have old blockchain technology and you have blockchain technology that's like 8 years old, 5 years old, 3 years old, and brand new. There's huge advantage with the newer stuff. There's huge disadvantage with the older stuff. But the older stuff has passed the Lindy effect. So it might be slow, but it can also be said it's reliable. And these are some of the risks that I just want to point out. Let's talk about other risks as well. The competition. There's lots of competition as well. But nobody out there has as many integrations or daily wallet transactions or all of the other stuff that I've shown in such a short window of time. Nobody comes close. This is why it's special. But again, there's a lot of competition. Let's look at the airdrop as well. A lot of people took advantage of the airdrop. Now, I dug into some calculations here. This is the airdrop claimer breakdown. A staggering 140 million in Pyth was claimed by 42,000 wallets. And of those wallets, this is the interesting piece, 64% sold immediately. Okay? Remember that. The average amount that each wallet got was $1,600 by my calculations. 2/3 of them sold instantaneously. But what made me very bullish, because I was waiting in the wings and I was watching the chart and everything else, what made me bullish is despite 65% selling, the price went up 64% in 2.5 days. That is big. In fact, all of the price action didn't happen in the first 2 days. It happened yesterday. And I was waiting for a particular price for it to hit. So again, this was a bullish sign. All the tokens hit the market in the first day and a half. That's how the price is kind of flat. And then the selling pressure stopped. And then the price went up. That for me was bullish. Now, the way I look at this in terms of pricing is I created a Sol Pyth pair. So this is Solana divided by Pyth. Did I get that right? Okay. Yes, it is. And you can see it's gone down. The pair is up 13% since yesterday. And that little green arrow is where I actually swapped. I actually went and bought Solana in real time. Shipped it to JUP.AG. I made a video on this and I shared the real-time trade alert on Patreon as well. I did a video on how I actually did the whole transaction. Going to Jupiter, ship my Solana to my Phantom wallet, hooked that to Jupiter, waited for the price, modified the slippage, traded. That was it. And the price was approximately 132 Pyth for every Sol. I think that's right. That's the pair price. Yes, 132, if I recall. Anyway, you can see it later. Now, next part is the price prediction, because that's why we're here. And it's very difficult so early on to value something. But what you can do is you can look at another asset where this thing already has more wallet transactions, more integrations, more speed, better technology, more data feeds. What if, ladies and gentlemen, I took my link price targets for the 2025-2026 bull run. So my bear price for Chainlink is $20. My expected price is $30. My bull price is $40. And Super Bull is $50. And that gives you a market cap of 11 billion to 17 billion to 23 billion to 28 billion dollars. Now, what I did was, my pricing math is I took Pyth market cap as a percentage of those different scenarios and then divide it by different circulating supplies, because over time it'll grow, but so will the circulating supply, up to 2.6 million by my calculations, over the next 12 to 24 months. And here we are. So somewhere in this realm, I believe kind of the bear case is $1.48 by 2025. If it goes to 30% of Chainlink's market cap, it could go to $2.78. If it goes to half of Chainlink's market cap, it could go to $5.16. And if it goes to, and of course, I'm taking the different bear cases, so you can overlay these price targets based on bear, expected bull, and super bull. If Pyth goes to Chainlink's market cap, which is technically feasible, and Chainlink hits the super bull target at $28 billion, the price of Pyth could be $10.74. Or you could take an average of all of these. By the year 2026, Pyth could hit $5.04. That's why I am bullish on it. But again, this all depends on how Chainlink performs and how Pyth competes. So if you think, oh, Pyth will only ever be 20% of what the value that Chainlink brings, choose that. And then choose whatever case you want and create your own model. All I do is share the data, give you the framework so you can make your own decisions. Either way, I am bullish on Pyth. Now, next question. Oh, the other question that always pops up, people say, oh, but the fully diluted market cap of Pyth is really high because only 15% is out in the market. The other 85% has to come. Yes, but that's going to take years to come. And a lot of the rewards go to the publishers and go to growing the network, which is really good. In addition, if you look at the fully diluted market cap of Chainlink right now, I think it's $15 billion. Pyth only has a $700 million market cap. All right. And the fully diluted market cap of Pyth is $4 billion. So it's still a quarter, even though it's going to take 7-8 years to get to that fully diluted market cap, it's a quarter of what Chainlink is based on those ratios. On fully diluted market cap basis, but on a not fully diluted market cap, it's like a 28th of the actual value. So from that perspective, I think there's a lot of upside. In addition, Pyth exchange listing, where can you get it? It's on OKX, Bybit, Mexi, KuCoin, Gate, HTX, BitGate, Bitmart, Bitrue, all these weird little places. I don't like touching those things at all. What I like to do is go to Jupiter. And again, I did a video on this yesterday. It's super simple. You connect your Phantom wallet to Jupiter. You have some Sol in your wallet that you ship there from an exchange that you just buy, or you pull from cold storage, whatever you want to do. And then you choose your assets, how you're paying it. It could be USDC, it could be Ethereum, it could be whatever you want to receive Pyth. You choose Pyth, and it shows you for 100 Sol, you can get 11,500 Pyth, and you can see the prices there. You can also tune this for slippage and many other factors. It is super slick. The spreads were ridiculous. So back to rough math, based on the price today, this could easily be an 11x from now if Pyth was to hit $5 in the year 2026. The way this bull market's going, the way the tokenization of everything is going, the way DeFi is going, the way decentralized exchanges work so much better, faster than centralized exchanges, it's mind-blowing. My prediction for 2023 was DEX volume would exceed SEX volume, centralized exchange volume, and I think we're already there as well. So it's an exciting time to be alive. In addition, people always ask the question, can you stake it? Yes, but you don't get rewards per se. You get governance skin in the game, and I do not stake. But yes, you can stake it. Just go how to stake Pyth, and you'll see the website pop up. So conclusion, everybody, where are we now? First of all, as I mentioned, this is the most important slide. This is Pyth versus Link. All right. If this doesn't tell you what you need to know, I don't know what will. 15 blockchains versus 40 blockchains, 4 price feeds versus 380. It's different, but it's not just that. It's the speed at which Pyth works. The speed. It is like many, many step changes faster. And that is really important. Let's look at some numbers as well for the whole space. Before we get to the final conclusion, data fee earnings in 2022 in TradFi was $6.6 billion. Price feed update frequency, legacy oracles update every 10 to 60 minutes. That's not good enough, ladies and gentlemen. Pyth aims to improve that with 300 milliseconds. Also, legacy oracles were not updating fast enough for many modern use cases. We know that. And the number of price feeds, legacy oracles could provide only a limited number of price feeds on new chains. Some only 8 on newer or fewer. Thank you, Rhonda. And real-time price feeds. With Pyth, you get thousands of real-time price feeds that are being added. They are there, showcasing the capabilities. And they say they have infinite ability to add as many price feeds and as many chains as possible. Market cap, 700 million, indicating a strong market presence already just after 3 days. Trading volume, $160 million, which is massive. There's a lot of interest in this, which is very good to see as well. It's not like one of those launches that just fizzles out. Pyth is trading at 45 cents. Last time I checked, it's exactly 44.8 cents right now, and it launched 3 days ago. So, lots of goodness. Final conclusion, and to the should I buy. First of all, it's critical to DeFi smart contract, tokenization of everything world. It fills a critical need in policing blockchains and smart chains. It does it fast. It is the most expensive and the fastest growing and the fastest adopted. Technology is new. Chain is super fast. I keep saying fast. Tokenomics are solid, unlike other chains. Price predictions are conservative, highlighting upside. Post airdrop, even with the huge sell pressure, it still went up 65%. And from data, I know the Link Marines aren't going to like me for this, but I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to share data so people can make alpha. It looks like Pyth has a lot more upside, in my opinion, than Chainlink from where we are at this point in time. This video will be out there. We can come back and check it in the years to come and see if I'm right or wrong, but I think I'm going to be right. These videos are always very good, and Pyth will benefit as well from my Sol black hole theory, and that is because it's tied at the hip to all things Sol do. As Sol grows, Pyth will grow. As Sol becomes a black hole, everything will run to Pyth as well. So I do believe it's the fastest horse in the Oracle space, and I've been looking at all the Oracle plays and discovering which one to buy, and here we are. And I did buy yesterday. And I would have shared this video yesterday, but I was interrupted by something else, which you can see that video later here if you're interested, in case you missed it. I don't think many people missed it, though. And a big thank you to everyone on Patreon. And thank you for coming and making a lot of this possible. A lot of our tools, a lot of our research, supporting our team. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your food. 2,500 people watching Should I Buy? Woohoo! So I hope you like it. Don't forget, make your own conclusions. Take all the data I've laid out, put it in a little table, add your expected values, and come up with your own conclusion. And check out Jupiter.AG DEX. Unbelievable! Thank you, everybody. Thank you to mods in chat, TND Tesla, everybody in Europe, everybody in the US. Love you all. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.